This meeting has been posted and announced in accordance with Chapter 231 PL 1975. Mr. Palladino, will you call the roll?
Sure. Trustee Grolman.
Here.
Trustee Jacko.
Here.
Trustee Lopez.
Here.
Trustee Shore.
Here.
Trustee Sheldon.
Here.
Vice President Barrera.
Here.
Madam President.
Here.
The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend meetings of this board, except where specifically exempted by law, at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having same advertised in the Belleville Times. Also, notice of this meeting has been mailed to the members of the Board of Education, the Borough Clerk, all elementary schools, the middle school, the high school, and posted on the district website.
I have approval of the minutes from the November 19th, 2008 meeting, 18 closed session and public session.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grolman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Barrera.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. For student or government organization representative, Nancy?
Good evening. I'm Nancy Gu, and I'm the BHS Student Government Secretary. Here's a recap of what's happening at BHS. Starting with old business, for breast cancer awareness, Belleville participated in the 3rd Annual District Hangout Dress Down Day that took place on October 26th. On October 25th, SGO held the homecoming dance at the high school. The homecoming princes were Josiah Azevedo, Tobias Lopez, and Edric Perez. The homecoming princesses were Sarah Hall, Nicole Perez, and Fiorella San Menego. The king and queen were Gabriel De Palma and Sherilyn Nicosia. The homecoming parade followed on October 26th. Members of BHS sports clubs and organizations walked alongside members of community, fire department, and the police department to the football game against Milburn. SGO held its first blood drive of the year on November 19th. Because of our school's donors, we were able to help save 135 lives. On November 27th, the Theater Arts program held its annual lip sync battle in the Connie Francis Auditorium. Contestants included both students and faculty. The tree lighting took place on December 7th. It was a great night to celebrate the upcoming holidays with the community. Students from several sports clubs and organizations volunteered in the event. The event included food vendors, ice skating, pictures with Santa, horse carriage rides, train rides, games, and more. On December 11th, the BHS held its instrumental concert here in the Connie Francis Auditorium. On December 12th, SGO and the athletic department held its winter pep rally. Good luck to all winter athletes. On to new business, the choral concert will be held on December 19th in the Connie Francis Theater. On behalf of SGO, we wish you all a happy holiday season and happy new year.
Thank you. Moving on to items to be presented by administration, Dr. Tomko.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Happy holidays. It's great to see everyone this evening. First, before we start, I'd like to give another round of applause for our students this evening. First, Ms. Worcester and her culinary classes for the treats and goodies and coffee that's out here now. And Ms. Lombardi and her choir, I don't know if they're still here, but excellent as always. Thank you so much. It's a little feedback, so. Thank you again. Thank you for coming out this evening. A few things to go over before I get to some of the parts of my report or presentation. The first is with regard to a member on our dais this evening, who is someone who joined us a few months ago to replace an opening that we had for Mr. Graziano, who went to the council, and that's Ms. Shore, who's having her last meeting tonight. This is her, well, I shouldn't say second time around, maybe a few more than that, I don't know, a few times that she's been a board member. And Ms. Shore and I met each other when I first got here in 2015, and we had some interesting conversations. She definitely was a pillar of the community, definitely had some things that she wanted to talk to me about to make sure the district was in the right direction, because as we all know, back in 2015, we had some concerns with some of the governance, definitely the finance parts here. And as Ms. Shore always is a proponent of strong academics, that was a lot of our conversations. But with her coming onto the board a few months ago, it really was an opportunity for me to learn not only from a seasoned administrator as she is, from a fellow college professor as she is, but a dedicated member of the Belleville community. Her input, her ideas, her guidance of me, I'll just speak of me, was very valuable over the last few months. And it's my hope that, I know as she just said in the closed session, that she will now be out here and coming up to the microphone, which I'm sure she will be, like back in the old days. My plan and my hope and for our students in this community is that she does continue to work with us at some level, and I will make sure she does that. So on behalf of my team and all of us here, thank you so much for what you've done. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And now to the woman to my right, Madam President here, Ms. Lamparella, who is presiding over her last meeting as president, 2 terms as of right now. Just an incredible 2 years, 2 terms for you. I want to appreciate what you've done moving the district forward. I think we've come a long way, especially with the referendum projects. There's still a lot to do, and I know you will be part of that. However, I think it is undeniable of how we have moved the needle in a positive direction, north instead of south, and I think we'll continue to do that. And again, with all the parents here tonight, I wanted to publicly thank you for working with us as an administration, as a faculty, through all the negotiations, all the contracts, all the nights that you spend out. So thank you very much as well. So. I'm not thanking you, Paladino. Okay, so one more word of business before we get to the fun stuff. On the these little tables out here, there are two individual items. One we just put there. I'm sorry, it came out a little late. Basically, it is on the agenda tonight. We put it on as an addendum to make sure that we got it on towards the end of the fiscal year, not the school year, but as December comes. And the first is the core ethical values and belief statement, which was approved back in August in our handbooks. You'll see it there. We put it on an actual sheet of paper, so please take this on the way out. And a checklist called the Code of Compliance Checklist. So the reason why we're presenting this tonight to you is because as part of the new CUSAC 6A regulations, although we've done this here in Belleville, at least I could speak for since I've gotten here, we continuously with the board committees, especially the governance committee and policy committee, talk about the student code of conduct. We are always approving the handbooks that include that code of conduct every year. Policy 5600 talks about the code of conduct and the regulation that accompanies it. Also talks about some of the differences in the different buildings or grade levels. So with this presentation tonight and this model through the new CUSAC or the accountability regulations, which we are in interim, which are basically our mid-year of the CUSAC, we are providing you with the checklist to show what our committee will be discussing, and that will happen over the next week or so. It includes some stakeholders, but mostly not only some parents, but the main thing is that we get the students involved as well. We have sat on dress code committees, which is part of the code of conduct, so this is nothing new to Belleville. However, it is something that's new to the state of New Jersey. Not every district has done this, hasn't had a transparent process like we had. So as you see tonight, there's a resolution as well that talks about the process. So our idea is to finish this before December ends, to get some information together, to then present to the board at our next meeting, which would be January 2nd, which is a reorganization meeting, with the findings of that committee, so that the board policy committee, whomever sits on that, because the new president, whomever it would be, will appoint new committees thereafter, and then those committees will make a recommendation as we move into the next school year, as we do every year. So we wanted to go over that tonight, that process. It's something that we are doing publicly for transparency. So please look at the checklist on your way out. You can grab it. These are all things that we've been doing here for at least, again, since I've been here. There's a lot of procedural things in there that you'll see about remediation and supportive intervention, mental health things that we're doing with the drop-in centers. So Belleville is way ahead of the curve on some of those issues. So thank you for listening to that. All right, and without further ado, let's start with the recognition of the winners of the 2018 Belleville Women's Club Poetry Contest. And for that, I'd like to call up Miss Diana Kelleher to make her introductions to the Belleville Women's Club, if you'd like. And Ms. Lamparello and Mr. Guerrero, if you'd like to welcome.
Dr. Tomko, Board of Education Trustees, and our wonderful Belleville community, we're gathering tonight for one of the most wonderful reasons, and that is to honor our students, our future leaders, who've shown tremendous skill in their writings that have gotten to this point tonight to be honored as the 2018 Women's Club Poetry winners. We have 11 wonderful, amazing students spanning grades 4 through 7 who will be asking to join us in a few moments to receive their awards and to have their moment where they are recognized for their excellence in writing, in creative thinking, and in their dedication to the art of expression, whether it be written, spoken. We all know that being able to express yourself in life is one of our greatest challenges, and it's also one of our greatest gifts. So tonight we are surrounded by 11 poet laureates from Belleville Public Schools, spanning our elementary schools and our middle school. And I'm going to just, right now, just Ms. Lamparello, Mr. Guerrero, is there anything you'd like to say? So, that's an awkward spot. Without further ado, we'd like to ask our 4th grade first place winner to please join us up here. Also joining us is Marta Kubler from the Women's Club and Ellen Lund. Our first place winner is Bella Velasquez from School 7. Please a nice round of applause. I think Bella, 1 second, honey. When you come back, a picture once you say hello to Dr. Tomko. Right here, sweetheart. Here we go. There you go. This is your moment. Take some. Dr. Tomko was waiting to say hello to you. Our second poet laureate for the evening is a wonderful student from School 7. It is Alexandra de los Santos. Alexandra, please join us. School 4, excuse me. We'll do that one more time because this is a big moment. Everybody. Our poet laureate from School 4, Alexandra de los Santos. Thank you. And we'll take a, Alexandra, did you want to come for your picture? Our 3rd place winner from School 7, Giuliano Acosta. We're on to 5th grade. Our 5th grade poet laureate, starting with first place winners. Our first place winner from School 5, Jaslyn Haiti Sepulveda. Our second place winner was a student from St. Peter's. So we're going to move on to our 3rd place winner. And this is a wonderful student from School 4, Sean Subram. Sean, our poet laureate, please come on up. It doesn't appear that Sean is with us. I guarantee that he will get his award tomorrow morning. And so on behalf of Sean and his family, I'll accept his award for him. Our next three poet laureates are from 6th grade. Our first place winner from School 9 is Justice Shop. Justice, please join us. Don't face the crowd. Our second place winner from School 4 is Michaela Sinisi. Michaela, please join us. Also from School 7 is a second place winner. Say that 5 times fast. A second place winner. I'd like to ask Catherine Mosquero to please join us now. Another poet laureate from School 4. Our third place winner is from School 8, Alani Linares. Alani, please join us. And our last three winners are from the middle school. Our three poet laureates from middle school are, in first place, Christian Dizan. Christian, please join us. Our second place winner is Daniel Figueroa. Daniel. Nice long walk, right, Daniel? And our third place winner is Jorge Romero. Jorge, please join us.
Can we take one picture with all the board members standing up behind them? Or?
As we're gathering for the picture, just taking a moment. Everybody in life should have one special moment where all eyes are upon them for the most wonderful reasons. So please, one more final round of applause for our 11 poet laureates.
Somebody tag me on Facebook.
Let's give one more round of applause for these poet laureates. Great job, thank you. Ms. Keller, before you want you to come back up here for you. Sit down. So, we also wanted to discuss tonight a little bit, or talk about the American Cancer Society check presentation, which is Mr. Barrera is going to grab, because you were the one that wanted to present this. This evening. We do incredible things here every year, and when we started COPE a few years ago, if you remember that meeting where it was actually in this room where we talked about our community outreach program and education, and Ms. Keller as our partnership director, engagement officer, we partnered with several big causes, one being the American Cancer Society, and we started that year, maybe it was that year or next year, with raising money to donate to the American Cancer Society. And every year it just keeps growing. So what we do is when we present the check to the American Cancer Society, we have some of our warriors here, our teachers, our family members, come to present the checks from their schools, to talk about their struggle, the people that they've lost in their lives, the moments of their lives with cancer. We call them our warriors. We do warrior walls. Just incredible stories of strong women and strong families. So we want to continue to do this. When your children bring this home next year and they talk about raising money for this cause, please, let's double that amount. But we wanted to present it tonight at a board meeting officially, so there they are. And congratulations, everyone. Thank you for doing this. Teachers, you did an excellent job. Ms. Calver, thank you very much. Excellent job. Mr. Burry, you can stay up there too, as well. We have one more. So I'd like to now call up to honor our athletes. Mr. Marshallino Mara, our athletic director. Mr. Mara.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to say happy holidays, everybody. Congratulations to everybody who got awards today, whether they be academic or athletic. We had 34 athletes in the fall that received all conference awards, and we're very proud of that. They did a great job this year. We're going to start with the 2018-19 SEC All Conference Awards with girls cross country. First team, Katrina Mejia. Second team, Camila Negatu. Boys cross country, first team, Chad Manning. Honorable mention, Joseph Rivera. And honorable mention, Brandon Segrista. Congratulations, boys and girls cross country. You want to take pictures? More than welcome. Good? And that's Coach Garrett. Yeah, thank you, Coach Garrett. Uh-oh, Coach Garrett. All right, next we're going to start with boys soccer. Second team, Kevin Manjares. Honorable mention, Brian Guarquila. And honorable mention, Christian Kumbe. Coach Gary Paluca, you want to get up there with them? We're going to do boys and girls together. That means Coach Garrett, Coach Cruz, you can get up there too after you're done taking a picture. That's going to be tough. Come on, Garrett. First team, girls soccer, Cecia Diaz. First team, girls soccer, Sam Dougherty. Second team, Lindsay Riera. Second team, Alejandra Rodriguez. Honorable mention, Janelle Ramirez. And honorable mention, Crystal Razic. Congratulations, boys and girls soccer. Next, we have girls volleyball. First team, Sherilyn Nicosia. First team, Fiorella Samaniego. Second team, Althea Cruz. Second team, Natalia Peralta. Honorable mention, Lauren Cook Masonette. And honorable mention, Asme Mbabi. And Coach Ryan Sheridan, please stand up, get up there. Congratulations, girls volleyball. Girls tennis. Coach DeMassi, you want to come up here? Uh-oh, Coach DeMassi's got his Tottenham scarf on. First team, Annette Cheka. Second team, Jamie Ann Palmer. Honorable mention, Jasmine Ferrer. And honorable mention, Cheryl Urbano. Congratulations, girls tennis. And last but not least, football. Football is something a little different. They're in the Freedom White Conference for the Super Football Conference. Here we go. First team offense, Eric Rivera. First team offense, Dimitri Semioa. First team offense, James Johnson. Second team offense, Chris Freed. Second team offense, Derek Lee. Where is he? There he is. First team defense, Amari Wilmore. Second team defense, Gabe DePalma. Second team defense, Trayvon Myrick. Second team defense, Adam Morales. And honorable mention, Matt Latour. picture time, everybody.
Swish it. That's what I'm saying. Bonnie, get me in the picture. Eric, I'll tag you. Okay, babe.
Congratulations to all the athletes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mara. Let's give a round of applause for all of our award winners tonight, academic and athletic. Thank you so much for everything you do. Parents, thank you. We know if it wasn't for you, you wouldn't be able to drive them places, check their homework. That's right. Thank you so much. Being a parent myself, I know what you're going through. But that's what we do as parents. So, once again, I wish you all a happy holiday. Please enjoy the winter break and progress.
Thank you, Dr. Conco. Moving on to remarks by citizens, there are none for the first part, so moving on to resolutions. Can I have a motion on personnel 1 through 24?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Pereira.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Moving on to curriculum and instruction, can I have a motion on curriculum and instruction 1 and 2?
Motion. Second.
Motion. I need a hearing aid now.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Pereira.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Moving on to board action, board policy. Could I have a motion on number 1 and number 3 through 23?
Motion. Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Pereira.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Can I have a motion on board action, board policy number 2?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
I abstain.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Pereira.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Purchasing and business service, can I have a motion on number 1 through 9?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I'm asking for a vote, a poll vote on, individual vote on 10.7.
Okay, so right now, okay, so can I have a motion on 1 through 6 and 8 and 9?
Motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Pereira.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Can I have a motion on number 7?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Grallman.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
No.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Barrera.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Can I have a motion on finance, number 1 through 13?
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? The last time, Ms. Lopez, hearing none. Mr. Palladino?
Trustee Groveland.
Yes.
Trustee Jacko.
Yes.
Trustee Lopez.
Yes.
Trustee Shore.
Yes.
Trustee Sheldon.
Yes.
Vice President Barrera.
Yes.
Madam President.
Yes. Can I have a motion to open for public participation?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Remarks regarding any items and issues that are relevant to the educational system. A participant must sign in and be recognized by the presiding officer and must preface comments by announcement of his or her name, municipality, and group affiliation if appropriate. The individual called shall proceed with a maximum of 5 minutes. All statements shall be directed to the President of the Board of Education. No participant may address board members individually. Ms. Urbano?
Good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good evening. My name is Sarah Molnar-Urbano, and I'm a product of the Belleville school system, as many of you know. Tonight, I'm here to discuss Arthur M. Pico, school number 8. My interest in school 8 results from several things. First, this was my childhood school, and I had the honor of attending school 8 while Arthur Pico was principal. Mr. Pico, who was called a gentle giant on account of his stature and soft-spoken yet stern nature, was devoted to School 8, and it is in that same spirit that I speak out on its behalf. The unfair distribution of Chromebooks to other schools entirely, then to School 8, is unacceptable. It seems that often School 8 is neglected and left with scraps. So I respectfully ask the board to address this and make sure that going forward, there is a more practical and fair-minded manner when it comes to distributing school materials. And as our SGO secretary mentioned, this Wednesday, December 19th at 7 p.m. is the chorus concert for the high school, and I encourage our Buccaneer community to attend. And before I step away, I'd like to congratulate the poets and encourage them to continue their pursuits. Language truly is an art form, and we should always encourage our young scholars to develop their literacy skills. And then finally, I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a happy new year. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to close public participation?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to items, remarks, and committee reports presented by board members. Ms. Jocko?
I want to take the time again to congratulate all the student athletes and also the coaches. I know that your hard work, your dedication, and your commitment is definitely paying off. I want to thank the Women's Club for being active in our community with our students. It's an honor for me to be a member of the Women's Club also, and my fellow board and trustee here, Liza Lopez, we're both members of that organization. So it's wonderful to see that our community, our schools are active together. I also want to remind the parents to please continue to come to the board meetings to keep yourself informed. And we need you. We need you to work with us. We need you to give us feedback. And we need you as a whole so that way we can definitely move forward. Merry Christmas to all and a Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing all of you in January. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jocko. Mr. Grallman?
Congratulations to all the students, and thank you to the culinary department and the, whatever, I get confused with all these different names of our choirs. Congratulations to the entertainment, thank you for the entertainment tonight. Congratulations to Arlene Shore. It's been a pleasure serving with you up here. We're gonna miss you. And congratulations on your new grandchildren. I'd like to wish Liza Lopez a quick recovery.
Thank you.
And just Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank Thank you, Mr. Garland. Mr. Sheldon?
Good evening, everyone. Just an initial comment following Mr. Urbano's legitimate concern about the Chromebook situation. According to agenda item 10.1 tonight, we are buying additional Chromebooks so that all of the students in school number 8 have them. Unfortunately, from what I understand, when I first learned of this problem a couple weeks ago, I immediately contacted Dr. Tomko, and he explained to me that there were a few more students enrolled in our district this year, which led to a shortage. But in any case, I don't want to make up any excuses here, but the other Chromebooks are on their way, rest assured. Last week, on December 6th, I had the pleasure of attending Family Math Night at the middle school. It was a huge success, and I want to acknowledge and give kudos to all of the staff at the middle school, the math teachers, the principal, etc. I hope we're able to do similar programs like this on a regular basis, at least twice a year. We need more supportive programs for mathematics and science, so I'm glad to see these new initiatives underway. During tonight's agenda, it may have slipped by the attention of some of the members of the audience or those who are watching online, but we approved the academic calendar for next year. Many of you probably know already, but I just want to point it out one more time, that the school year next year is going to be delayed until the start of it will begin on Monday, September 23rd. So it's almost a 3-week delay, and the reason for that is to accommodate all the referendum work. We're going to be doing a monumental amount of work in the high school, school number 3 and school number 4 next year, so we need the extra time to accommodate the contractors, and as a result of this, the school year will be starting a little bit later than usual next year. So hopefully this will work to everyone's advantage, because those of you who like to have an opportunity to go to the shore after Labor Day, you know all too well that those hotel rates drop precipitously right after Labor Day is over. So if you can squeeze in a late summer vacation, everyone will be saving a tremendous amount of money. Since this is our last meeting of the year, it's kind of traditional to do a quick year in review, and I just wanted to point out some highlights for 2018. One of the first major things that happened this year is that we got a new legal counsel for the board, namely the Bush Law Group. And in my opinion, I think it's shared by the rest of the board. The Bush Group, Ari Schneider is with us tonight. They're doing a fantastic job for us. Not only do we feel that we have extremely competent legal advice, but they are saving us a boatload of money. And I just did a quick calculation the other day to see just how much of the savings is involved. For the whole year, according to my numbers, the new legal counsel has cost the district about $177,000. Now that sounds like a lot of money, but keep in mind that our previous law firm, for the first 3 months of this year, had billed us for $150,000. So we're saving probably 75% in legal costs, all due to the Bush Law Group. So, kudos to everyone at the firm. Thank you so much. I hope this is the beginning of a very, very long-term relationship between the Bush Law Group and our district.
Don't raise your prices.
I get a commission. Of course, this summer we had the first wave of referendum activity. The roofs on 5 schools, including the high school, were replaced. We had 6 bathrooms in this building completely renovated, which are now showpieces. And the parking lot here was completely redone for the first time, I think, since this high school was built. Next year, we have major work happening, as I already discussed, and there'll be more about that coming in the early part of next year. I was personally pleased to see at the beginning of this school year the introduction of both robotics and introduction to engineering courses, something personally near and dear to my heart. Dr. Tomko worked overtime with his staff to make these 2 courses a reality. So I'm glad to see that we're actually moving now into the 21st century. We now have live streaming in place for the first time in the history of the board. All of our meetings are being broadcast live on our YouTube channel. So again, thank you to Dr. Tomko and our IT director, Jeff Parapato, and his staff for making this a reality. The only thing I would like to add is that I know it's kind of water under the bridge now, but we have all these wonderful holiday events. And when I was at the middle school last week listening to the performers, I was a little chagrined that we weren't broadcasting that. So maybe when we have big events like this, choruses or choirs, whatever, let's try to live stream those so that people who can't get to these buildings, parents, grandparents, etc., can watch their kids perform. Lastly, I'd like to personally thank Arlene Shore for pitching in. We had a void in our board following Mr. Graziano's election to the town council. Arlene, in all modesty, probably knows more about board matters than all of the rest of us combined, just because of all of her experience and her professional career. I also want to congratulate her again on becoming a grandma 2 times moreover. And when her kids, her 2 grandchildren, graduate from college in 2040, not only will it be another blessing for the Shore family, but it will mean that we're only 2 years away from the final payment for the referendum. So with that said, I wish everyone a very happy holiday, Merry Christmas, Happy Festivus, whatever you celebrate, and I look forward to seeing everybody back here on January 2nd for our reorg meeting. Thank you.
He's trying to get your job, so watch out.
Thank you, Mr. Sheldon. Ms. Shore?
It's an incredible time of the year, and yes, my daughter and son-in-law and we have been blessed with twin boys that arrived Saturday. But when you see babies, and especially at this time of the year, this is the time of we look for the light. We look for the light in the sky as a symbol, or we look at the light of a menorah as something that shouldn't have happened but lasted for 8 days with the light from lamps burning from oil. And to me, that's special because every time a child is born, every single one of those kids reminds you of the star in the sky that's here, that's up. It's so special. And the fact that there are parents here, staff here, it's all about the kids. It's all about the kids, and if we're thankful for anything and any gift we have, the gift to this community are these children. And you're doing the best you can, and I want to thank you for allowing me to serve on this board, for having the confidence and the patience to I guess deal with me, especially poor Dr. Tomko is, my little emails, and Christine, the leadership, thank you so much. And there's one person I want to say I really got to know, Liza. It's been great, but guess what? I'll be right there, back where I was, back with you, because that's what we need to do. It's not just an elected position. We've just got to keep on going and going for the good of our children and for the good of our town. Congratulations to our kids, to these special students who provided these treats to us. I'm not going to miss you because I'll be here with you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve you for this short amount of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Shore. Ms. Lopez?
So a core part of our comments as trustee is to provide you with our committee reports, and Mr. Barrero has kindly agreed to provide you with our finance committee report. I asked him to report because I didn't feel up to making too many remarks, but I would be remiss if I didn't extend congratulations and thanks to all of the wonderful stakeholders who showed up tonight. So I want to congratulate all the student award recipients. I want to thank the Women's Club for their demonstrated commitment to our community and our students. Also, Ms. Shore is also a member of the Women's Club, so there's 3 of us here. Thank you to the culinary arts students and our choir students for sharing their talents this evening. I want to thank Christine Lamparella for her amazing leadership the past 2 years. I've learned so much from her. We've become friends, and I'm so grateful to have experienced this board with her. Also, I want to thank Nelson Barrera for his team leadership with Ms. Lamparella. You know, you're the strong, silent type, sometimes not so silent, but you've definitely demonstrated your leadership and been a force, you know, demonstrated you're a force to be reckoned with. And last but not least, I want to thank Arlene Shore for her amazing, the amazing skills that she possesses and that she brought to the board. And she is definitely a fountain of wisdom, and she's kept us all on our toes. And I wish she would stay on the board and consider running, because she has just been an amazing addition to our board. I'm sure you will agree with that. I want to thank the teachers, administrators, facilities, and all of the team members that help make the district a great place to learn. Thank you all for your hard work. And as always, to our community, I thank you for always coming out. Thank you for being here this evening and every other board meeting. You know, you make us whole. And I wish you all a happy holiday. And that concludes my remarks for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. Mr. Barrera?
Good evening, everyone. So let me not be too repetitive here, but I definitely have to say that I share the same sentiments as my fellow trustees. Liza, a speedy recovery. I want that smile and you walking straight soon. Ms. Lamparello, it's been a pleasure having you as a president, working by your side and working together and accomplishing everything that we have. So I wish you luck and to continue working together on a different seat. With regards to the finance report, we met with the finance committee on Thursday night as we continue to review the finances of the school district, which are in very good standings, thank God. We reviewed all the checks and bills on the bill list and discussed everything with Mr. Palladino, asked all the questions that we needed explanations on, and we received such explanations to be sure that everything continued to be in order. I think we're doing an excellent job, not to toot our own horns, but we work together and we plan to continue doing that. We also discussed where we're at with the referendum, which is quite a job, and we will continue to review that very carefully as we have a lot of work coming up, as Mr. Sheldon mentioned, and we want to be sure that everything stays on schedule and that we can accomplish what we promised our district and what is so well deserved. We discussed the current budget for 18 and 19 and how things are doing, and we should have all those details probably for the February meeting.
Right.
With that being said, I want to wish everybody a great Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and one very important thing that I always mention here and there. We had a full house tonight because we had great kids that earned well-deserved diplomas and praises from our wonderful school district. Where are the parents now? They were here supporting their kids. We need to work together for your children. If you can't make every meeting, at least try to make one meeting yes, one meeting no. They are live streamed, so you can note your questions, and on the following meeting when you're here, you can share those questions, those concerns, and suggestions and constructive criticism, so that together we can keep on accomplishing good things for our district, for our school, for our town. Please try to make your best effort to show up at the meetings as many times as possible. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to all again.
Thank you, Mr. Barrera. I think I'm just going to echo the sentiments of everybody else, the singers, congratulations to the poets, congratulations to the culinary arts kids. I don't know what I would do without the macaroons.
They're amazing.
To our athletes, congratulations. Congratulations to our athletes' parents. I remember what it was like. You don't get anywhere unless we take you. and having been the parent of a 4-year, 3-season athlete, it feels like you're driving them everywhere all the time. Well, it wasn't Uber then, it's called Mom's Taxi. I had the pleasure of attending the town tree lighting. It was a great event. It was a lot of fun to partner with the township, the ice rink, the roasting chestnuts. It was a great addition to the event, and I look forward to us working with the town again next year on that event. Ms. Shore, it's been a pleasure working with you. To the rest of you, thank you for entrusting me to lead you for the last 2 years. Thank you to my wingman. I don't know what I would do without him. And with that being said, everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Can I have a motion to close?
Motion.
All in favor?
See you next year.